Good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, I would like to thank the organizers, Conrad, iLeads, and Global Village Foundation, as well as I would like to thank Poonam Didi. She's not here, my guide. So, my favorite subject, and I think everybody have an interest also in this subject. I'm starting with rural development. When we talk about rural development, the first picture came to everybody's mind is a farmer. And being coming from a farmer family and a village background, I'm proud that we have started a venture and we are here. Everybody knows the 70% population of this country still lives in village. So village is always centered for every businessman as well as for every government, whosoever, either it be in a state or the central. And everyone wants to push to do more reforms in agriculture. But still, we are lacking behind. We are trying hard. We are trying too much to do in that agriculture. But still, we have to do more. So I'm just going some of the points, like if you see today, everybody reads a newspaper and watching the TV channels. In the most of the states, in today's time, everybody talk about the farmer's debt. So I'll start with farmer's debt because what kind of a debt we are talking about? So this debt is like two types of debt, or you can say there are three types of debt. The one debt which they have taken from the banks. The second they have taken from the local people, which we call sahukars. And their rate of interest, everybody knows, is like faster than the electric meter. In the banks, because we have an organized structure in a bank, we have some rules, some regulations, and there was some say of the government in the banks. Those are the debts. We already come up with the schemes to remove that debts to help the farmers. Always it comes, everywhere, every state, the central government, everyone we do all this. But still, people are not happy. Why not happy? That's a simple question come. Because their cost is more and what they are getting is too less. Like onions, where everybody nowadays looking after the onions. It is selling in the market at 150 rupees a kg or 100 rupees a kg. I don't want to debate on it. But you know what the farmer get it? Not even a 5 rupees a kg. So think about him. 5 rupees a kg is not getting, but the market they are getting more than 100 rupees in the retail. So somewhere something is missing. The link is missing. Either could be a marketing, either could be a right platform to sell. I've seen, I'm not talking about the very far, I'm just giving an example. I also own some farmlands, which we are not doing ourselves. We have given to the contract, somebody else is doing it. So this guy was having some carrots and other things and producing in the field. So he was literally crying one day in the morning. I was asking what happened. Then he told me that whatever he produced, and when he gone to the local mandi, the local market, the wholesale market, the money he get it was not even that much that he could have paid to the local transport. This is what actually happening. It's look very nice to talk about the farmers' welfare, sitting in the AC rooms, sitting in the central or sitting in the any headquarters of a state or a district headquarters. But actually, the where is a rural? You move around. You go 200 kilometers away from this place. Go 500 kilometers away from this place. Then you see what is actually rural is happening. Why farmer is dying? There are a lot of things which is killing them. Second thing, irrigation. That's one of the most problematic nowadays. There is no water. If there is a water, there is too much of water, which is killing the crops. So either there is no water or either there is a flood of water. So there is no balancing. We have to come up with the idea, kind of a drop irrigation, like Israel is doing. They don't have a water, but they're producing more than us. Their fields are bigger than us. If they have a small fields also, they're taking help of drop irrigation. That is the most challenging thing, and which is coming up again and again, because we have a limited water. And we need water drinking for ourselves, we need water drinking for our animals, and then we need a water for the irrigation also. And we have to keep the balance. So that is one more problem. And what amount of water needed to be where? Who will decide it? We have just started, I think it has not yet been completed, soil testing in all over the India. We are doing a soil testing. We are making a soil report cards. What soil needs what, we should know. Does that soil needs a urea or doesn't need it urea? But we are just pushing it. So this is again a challenge. Irrigation. The irrigation is linked with the water, and water, everybody knows what is the situation of water here. Some of the states are really nice, that like Tamil Nadu, they have put a lot of desalination plants and they're using that water for the irrigation. Same now, Gujarat is coming up. Now I think the Maharashtra is also in the pipeline to go for desalination plants. At least if you're not using for the drinking, at least you can use for the fields. Let farmer happy with it. And if we come on a modern farming, it looks like a very catchy word. What is a modern farming? What he needs? The modern farming includes that his cost will be less and he should get his price. But who's getting the price? The Amazon who's selling the onion online, or somebody else, or a big bazaar who's selling a potato 50 rupees but is buying in 2 rupees. And lot of people are even doesn't know today what they have to produce, what they have not to produce. Like if you go to Vidhar in Maharashtra, there's a whole belt which is have a problem of water. The water level is going so down. They're now thinking to stop cultivating sugarcane. You know, 1 kg of sugar, how much water it takes? 2,500 liters to cultivate a 1 kg of sugar. So again, what then we have a challenge is we have to see that the water has to be used for the farmer or for ourselves or for something else. And we have a lot of wastage of water we see around. And third thing which I think in any rural or any farmers affected in this country is land acquisition, which is now, I can say on this stage, that is not fair in this country. And we always have a lot of cases going around in the newspapers about the land acquisition issues. There was a scam in land acquisition. Somebody's land has been taken, somebody's has not been taken. What will be the modern approach? Like this GAIL is partner in association doing with this conference. I met the CMD of GAIL and offer him a new idea that instead of, when the pipeline is going to anybody's field and he cannot make a house on it, and that is that whole area, it's be a trench of 10 meters or whatever, is no use of him. They can do only agriculture. If tomorrow, if another company or another area which comes up to take an acquisition on it, they didn't do. They don't give him a fair price. And they will, and GAIL is going what, 300, 400 rupees a meter? Like you have a 10 acres of a field. In 10 acres of field, this affected only 1 acre. But the trench is 10 meter, but is going in between, in middle of the farm. What do you do? And you have given the money only once. What do you do after that? So we given a new idea that we can go with, like GAIL do the transportation of the gas. When you put up money on it, whatever you're charging 100 rupees MMT BTU or a 1 cent or a $1, why don't you put a 5 rupees more and get distributed that money to all the farmers, all the people who are affected from it? Let them get some money which is coming up every month or a 3 months or a 6 months. At least he should run his house. Like same with the NHAI. NHA is everybody is giving land to making roads. Everybody is happy to it. If somebody have only 5 acres of land and whole 5 acres is gone in there, what he do? When they are charging a toll, why don't you put a 2 rupees more of every vehicle, or a 5 rupees more, or a 10 rupees more, and giving to all the affected people whose land has already been used to making that highway? They are also partners. They given their money. If somebody else built a road, but so they also given the land. If the land is not there, how could they make a highway? So these kind of modern approaches, we have to think. We have to work on it more and more and more. Third thing, very important thing which is going on, like dairy. Dairy is also one of the important things in the rural development, especially which is related with the farmers. And dairy, like some of the examples of the cooperative, we have a very good one, like Gujarat Amul, everybody knows Amul. Same in Karnataka, they have a Nandini. So cooperatives, and they're getting fair price. The good thing is whosoever is comes to dairy, we have done quite a well you can say, well achievement we have done there. Not even for the government and the cooperative, as well as a lot of private sectors are doing good. A lot of exports is happening, either be in a form of a casein or in the form of a milk powder or anything. So it's one thing where we have done enough, and we still in the process to put more. But for that you need a better animals, which now they have started with. The animal health is also one of the important issues, especially in the rural areas. Now, somewhere there are a lot of areas where you don't have a veterinary doctors. So now I think something is working on that side also. Very soon we should have been like a primary health centers, and which is coming up in the rural areas. We should have at least every block level or a taluk level should be like some kind of a primary health centers for the animals, especially for the for this veterinary doctors. When we call about for the villages and the cities a sustainable development, so it looks a catchy word, sustainable. What is a sustainable for the city or for the village? Everybody stays in Delhi. A lot of people stays in Gurgaon or nearby are sitting here. Have you seen the situation of the villages which are in Delhi or in a Noida or in a Gurgaon? They are modern slums. That is the right word I'm using it. You must go inside. I can challenge you, there are a lot of villages in Delhi, in those houses, in the villages I'm talking about. They don't have even a sunlight. They can't get. Land is gone. The only survival for them is the rental, which they can made it on their old lands which have. And the family is growing. The income is coming down. So if you get a time, you must see how the situation of the villages. Even you can go to Delhi, go to Kotla or somebody other there. Everywhere, in every 10, after 10 kilometers, you can get a village. They are modern slums. They are worse than slums. In some of the slums, you don't have somebody on your upper and you can have a sunlight. Here, you can't have any sunlight also. So that we have to look at development where the city will merge with the village. If he is getting a tap water, the village guy should also get a tap water. If they have a sewerage system, they should also have a sewerage system. If they have a road, they also have a road. So this should be merged. This should be immersed like a city. But not that, okay, this area, okay, cut off. This is not for us. We don't do anything. We don't have a cleaning system here. We don't do anything swachhta here. So we have to look after that, that we should merge it like way that whatever is happening or whatever the facility somebody is getting in a Southex or a defense colony, so the Kotla guy or a Pilanji guy or Aliganj village guy also get it that. Or like in NDMC area, if you go to Sarojini Nagar, go to the another village which is just next to it. And if you see why the cities are growing too much and what is happening in the villages, why people are migrating. If you see the migration, it is a mass migration. Cities have, every city, I'm talking about the major cities, either be a Delhi or a Mumbai or a Chennai or a Bangalore, they've reached their peak level because of this mass migration from villages to the cities. Why they come? Because of the survival. They're not getting jobs, either they're not getting enough money in the agriculture or any other thing, so they don't have a choice but just to come back to these cities. And they're also looking for the future. They're looking at what they're looking that at least whatever we suffer. Let our children, let our kids should not suffer all this. We suffered a lot. Let them take that. They should take a new life. They should develop themselves. They should get a better education, better health. That is one of the most challenging. And the thing is, in last few years, it has cut down. The migration has come, the percentage of the migration has come down. Neha is here. Neha could tell what is happening in Uttarakhand and Himachal. There are a lot of villages, only 2 people in a village. So that is one of the biggest challenge. It is reducing, but we have to look after that. They should have a self-sustainability of a village. They should not come here. When we talk about skill development, so we should talk about the skill development in the villages. We should move. There are a lot of enough skill development is happening in this country. We should have been more. We need more. We call it a dil mange more. We need more, especially on the villages side. Because a lot of what happened in some of the villages, that the distances are too much. For traveling, there is a challenges. Not like a metro or a bus in every 10 minutes or a 15 minutes or in a half an hour. There are the places, only the one village, only one bus will come, one in the morning, one in the evening. Still there. Because why should bus will go for a one person? So these kind of sustainability we have to do in a village. And we have to look after when all these things, we have to see how we uplift, how we see the finances, how see the banking system should be more strengthening in the villages. They should come out from this local financiers or a sahukars. They should have a organized banking. They should have take loans. Like already we have started a lot of schemes, Kisan credit card and other things, which they are working. But if Kisan credit card, you have taken money, so tomorrow if government come up with a scheme, so you are beneficiary in that. But can't be from a local sahukar. So we have to do little bit more. They are there. Things are there. It's moving, but it's slow moving. We need to speed up. The way our population is going up, we have to speed up these things also. Like our sports minister of Haryana spoke about the rural sports. Most of the people, you go in any field, came from the sports. Why we do good in kushti or a dangal or a kabaddi? Still, it's a rural village game. What we are doing in metro cities, playing a cricket or a football or a badminton or a squash or a long tennis, we're doing well in that also because they have infrastructure. Village, they don't have a stadium or nothing, so what they do? So what sports they are using? They have to do in the fields, they can do a dangal, kushti or a kabaddi. I know a guy in Greater Noida, his village was just next to the JP, the famous JP golf course. This boy is now, I think, 13, 14 years. Now he's a junior world champion in golf. So he get attention at the right time. So we can produce more champions like this. Even in the cricket, what is a cricket? Why we came into T20? You can get the best players in the when you go towards highway sides. People are playing. Lot of people, lot of our players we have picked up like this, and they have done well. When we talk about environment, if you see the villages, the old side of stories, villages were already doing more than what we are doing in cities on the environment friendly. Either it should be using a organic khad or a organic food or anything. They use the cow dung or buffalo dung, putting in fields for getting the better crops. So that they are doing not now, they're doing from the edges. But what we need is to get them more learn. Now today it's a fashion. It's a fashion, it's a need also for organic farming. And I'll give you an example which is happening just near Gurgaon. Somebody started, this guy was in, I'm just telling these stories because anybody can pick up in this story and could do a new startup India in this. This guy was working in Reebok. He left the job. He was director of marketing or something. So he came to me that I had an idea to do organic farming. So I told him, but it's quite a challenging job, and when the water situation even in Gurgaon is not very good. So no, we'll do something. So that what this guy started, this is a 5-acre land which I gave to him for on lease. He started a small farming. So he made it around 300 square yard, a small, it's not a farm but it's a land, and it's given to everybody. So he had around 50 or 100 some kind of customers in Gurgaon. He made a one good yoga pad, one kind of a rural cafe within that area, and started with the name of Khetu, and some cows also. So a lot of people, it is like from the main city center of the Gurgaon or main area of the Gurgaon, not hardly 10 minutes. It's like on a Gurgaon Faridabad highway. So people come there, say they take fresh vegetables, and it's all organic. He's not using urea, he's not using any other things. Everything is using what cow dung, buffalo dung, and all these things. And whatever you want to produce, they will produce for you. You have to tell them. Okay, you want a potato? Okay, they put a potato. You want to put an eggplant? They put it for you. For whatever you want. But taken care by him. So he'll charge for it. And whatever comes out, it's yours. What the production is be there, it's yours. So people come in the morning, they do a yoga, getting a fresh milk in the bottles, the cow milk, and as well as taking their own, from their own small land, they getting whatever the fresh vegetables they can. They're using it. It's like a kitchen garden. A lot of people still using kitchen gardens in India. So these kind of the new things which I think should come up more and more, more and more. And where they all come? They all come like us, like sitting here. Somebody will tomorrow think on it again. And like the guy was, the Mr. Bhadwaj was telling, that agriculture is, startup is quite challenging. Yeah, it is challenging. But tell me what is not challenging in this country? Then people started solar also, people were laughing, oh, who will do this? But now it's a future. Now it's everybody wants to go on solar. Non-conventional is growing every day. So we have to think a, a kind of a sustainability development for all the rural development. Either it could be an agriculture, either it could be a animal husbandry, dairy. You'll be surprised to know that in Italy, I met some deputy ambassador. So I was asking him how it's going there. He said, we have first preference for the dairy development, all the laborers or all the managers from India. So there are more than 70,000 people are working in Italy in dairy production. You'll be surprised to know. And he said, he was laughing me that if all Indian will come back, so our dairy production will be dead. We don't have a cheese, we don't have a milk. So these are our core areas. These are the areas we have a strength. Now we have to give more strengthening in this. We'll go more to more. And look, and 70% of the population is depend on all this. And thank you very much. I hope I have not bored you too much. Thank you.